Okay, Paul, here is the short version. I will record this in more detail, longer format, multi-part version later on and share that. But here's the condensed version as best as I can do for you. I am a yoga teacher. I have a friend named Jen who owns her own retreat center in Costa Rica. I was hosting a yoga retreat and yoga teacher training there this spring, and I was there for 5 weeks. Because I was traveling for so long, I brought my husband, who works remotely, and 2 small dogs with us. We rented a property 10 minutes away from the yoga retreat center because my friend Jen has a dog on their property that they advertise as their retreat dog, who is unpredictable and has an attack history with other dogs. Jen's husband, Stuart, walked that dog on the public beach one day, 10 minutes away, where my husband and our dogs were sitting quietly on the beach. My dogs were leashed. Stuart left their dog behind, unleashed, alone, unsupervised, and she found my husband and my dogs and attacked them. My husband called me screaming. We rushed to the vet. My dog underwent a very lengthy surgery. She was severely injured. We spent 3 weeks stuck in Costa Rica, trapped alone, unable to travel home because of how injured she was. Unfortunately, her injuries were so severe that they became infected, her organs started to fail, and we had to put her to sleep in Costa Rica. We then had to wait an additional 9 days to return home to the States because we had to wait for her ashes. This entire time, I had been in contact with my friend, Jen, and she assumed responsibility for the attack. She promised us repeatedly that she would pay for the vet bills, our Airbnb costs, and our rental car in Costa Rica. Remember that my husband and I are alone in a foreign country with no family, no friends, no support. All we had was my friend, Jen, and her family. Shortly before Gingko died, we reached out to try to arrange payment for the vet bills, and my friend, Jen, went back on her word and told me she could only contribute $4,000, which was an arbitrary amount. It did not cover the cost of our in-country expenses. Reminder, we were stuck in the country because her dog attacked ours and killed it in the end. She promised to pay us these $4,000. She told us she had no legal responsibility to us, that her dog was a hunter, and these things are not uncommon, and that her dog had predatory drift from being a stray, and that people in Costa Rica don't pay for these sorts of things. Jen and her husband are not Costa Rican. Jen is a U.S. citizen. Her husband is from the U.K., so neither of them are Costa Rican. We also had a pre-existing 5-year friendship before this incident, or so I thought we did. We obviously argued. I was obviously not happy with this. We went back and forth. She refused to budge, and she paid us the $4,000. We went home. I thought to never hear from her again until a few weeks later, I received harassing, nasty, hateful comments from her daughter, Abby, on my Instagram and now most recently on my TikTok, taunting us for the fact that her dog killed ours, mocking our pain, making fun of our trauma. Everything that I have said here is shared in detail with screenshots, photos, evidence, and more at a blog post where we have detailed these events to share them to prevent others from enduring the same harm and to spread the word about what happens at this so-called healing and wellness yoga retreat center. The post is at www.justiceforgingko.com, and you can see all the evidence and receipts there. Okay? You know what happened now. Are you happy? Thanks for your comment.